Hey there, it's Tricia with Easy E-mini Trade, and today I wanted to go over a couple different things showing the order flow tools that I purchased through Maria at Trade Order Flow and one other vendor. And there are a lot of vendors out there now selling order flow tools, but I just want to show you a couple things as to why I chose Maria's over some of the other ones that were out there that I had tried and investigated. And also, on Thursday, I'm going to be doing a webinar. It will not be on order flow, but it will be on the Slinky and Kaboom setups. So you could trade those on their own or with order flow if you're using it. And anyway, if you're interested, go to my site, www.easyeeminitrade.com, and you can check it out there under the January webinar tab. So what you're looking at now, this is the order flow footprint chart that is part of Trade Order Flow, Maria Russo's tools. And I have this set on an 8-tick range chart. You can set it on whatever you like because basically what we're more interested in are the price levels here. Maria likes to use a 5-minute chart. I don't find the 5-minute works well for me because the bars get too huge, so I just have an easier time looking at it on this type of chart. So on this chart, you have many different options. It's pretty self-explanatory. Over here on the left, you've got your different price levels, and you can see the different volumes here. You can see them here in blue. The darker the blue, the more volume traded there. Here you can see the buy orders in green and the sell orders in red. So pretty easy visual to see where you've got a lot of volume in those price levels. The other thing that you have is we use the price value areas from the market profile chart, and I'll show you that chart in just a second. But this is value area high 1 right here, value area high 2 here. This is the point of control. Then you have the low value area 1 here and low value area 2 here. I've got the pivot highs and lows marked here. You can call them swing highs, swing lows, whatever you like. And then also down here, everything's customizable as well with a click of a button. So you can see here on my, let me just make this a little bit bigger here, but on my price bars here, you can see I've got the buys on the right, the sells on the left, and I can change how I'm viewing this. So with just a click of a button here, so now I'm going to change it to bid times ask. So you can view it like that if you like. You can choose to view it as a histogram, so you can see at the price levels, what do you have more of? Buy orders, sell orders. The darker the color, obviously, the higher the volume in that particular price level. You can choose to view these as a delta, if you like. And for those of you who aren't familiar, the delta is the difference between the bid, the number of trades on the bid, and the number of trades at the ask. So here, for example, you can see at the bottom here, let's just use this right here, 200. So here you've got 200 more buy orders than sell orders. So that's really helpful in determining who's in control or who's stepping up on that particular price level or bar. If you're looking at the bars, you can use it as high-low volume. I mean, you can use many different choices here, and this is just what I like. I like to view it like this. Also, a lot of things that I don't have showing here, all these here are different options that you have to add down here, and I choose not to put the total bid and ask there. I choose not to put the max delta, minimum delta, just my choice. I just choose to put the delta down here, cumulative delta and volume, and cumulative volume. So it's up to you what you want to see. I don't have grid lines on my screen, but you can put grid lines on your screen if you like. You can put, gosh, there's just so much. There's so many options here. Like I said, you could put the areas where you have more sell orders coming in than buy orders coming in as sell, more than sell, and it will mark like a big thick green level on your screen here when you have, it would actually be under you when you have a bunch of buy orders coming in. Also here it will tell you unfinished business. So here you see this red dot here, and you'll notice that on your bars, whatever size you choose, it's always going to be zeroed out at the top and zeroed out at the bottom. Top on the sell side, bottom on the buy side. Now when that doesn't happen, and I've explained this before, when that doesn't happen, like here you see we never got zeroed out down here. Notice we still had 16 orders, and this is always read on a diagonal, so 18 to 120, 153 to 155, it's always on a diagonal. But this should ideally be zeroed out. So when you see that it's not zeroed out, you get this dot here, and then what that's telling you is that price is at some point going to trade its way, you know, back down to that level, and so that's what we get here. And so in my opinion, using order flow by itself doesn't really give you, it obviously gives you a lot of information, but I don't find it of any use at all just looking at all this information without either implementing it with the market profile charts with the high value and low value areas, or taking my setups that I like to trade and confirming it with order flow. If you're just looking at an order flow chart, like I said, yeah, you know where you've got some volume and you know you've got buyers and sellers stepping up, but you know, how do you know where to take a trade? So obviously there's a little more information that needs to be used in you know, taking an entry. And the thing that prompted me to get Maria's tools is that she has the training. You know, she offers the training at no cost. It's included in the cost of the order flow tools. And you get a lot of bells and whistles with the package, but she gives you 6 months free training that's included in the price of the tools. And without having the training, these tools are useless in my opinion. And I'm telling you that coming from a standpoint of, you know, it taking me a couple months to really get the gist of it. So I've been using it since July now, and I'm really, really pleased with them. But if I didn't have the training, I would have no idea what I was doing. And her training room is open from 3:30 a.m. Eastern until 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. So even if you can't go for training every single day, you know, you have plenty of time available, time choices that you're going to be able to come in the room. So, you know, it's wide open anytime you want to come in during those hours. And then she also offers 2 boot camps a month where, you know, she's seeing what you're actually doing along with the other traders that are taking the boot camp, and then she'll critique what you're doing, and also you're seeing what everybody else is doing as well. So it's really beneficial because there are lots of different ways that you can trade using the order flow. So let me just show you real quick the market profile chart that goes with it, and then I'm going to show you the other vendor's product, and you'll see the difference. Actually, let me put that up right here now. So here's Maria's, and let me just make it a little bigger and scooch it over there. So here's Maria. It's pretty easy to see what's going on at first sight. Okay, so here's the other vendors. And again, I have no idea what I'm looking at here. I do have some idea. I shouldn't say that. You know, obviously I can see over here I've got the different buy and sell orders that have come through the volume on different price levels. But what's the price level? That's way over here, so it's really hard to see what's that level. Also here, you've got more volume here, and then you've got here, I'm assuming these are the deltas. But to have this on your screen, this would be really hard to look at in my opinion. Here is the, you know, here you can see a price bar here. This is on a 4-tick Renko chart. But this is really hard to view all this information at one time compared to, again, my opinion, maybe it's because I'm so used to looking at Maria's, but this looks really difficult to me. Also, the other thing was, where's the training? How do I know what I'm looking at? I'm not going to tell you which vendor this is, but what I've found, and there are some decent products out there, I'm not saying that there aren't, but training is extra. So to me, this is really easy to look at compared to this. The other thing I wanted to show you was the market profile chart that you get with Maria's tools. So here's the market profile chart. This is from Friday, and so you can see you've got the fair value area here is in yellow, and then you've got your value area high here and here, then your value area low here and here, and the point of control is in purple here, and then also this will give you the previous day's levels as well. So it will give you the previous day's value area highs, value area lows, and the point of control. Over here also you can see the volume, and let me just scroll that over there. Here you can see the volume in the different price areas for the day, and there are a lot of there's a lot of information on here that I don't even have. And again, it's just with a click of a button that I can choose what I want. Now, I like these to show as bars over here, but you can choose a histogram. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose, this is the VWAP. You can choose different type of market profile that you'd like to look at as well. So it's all very customizable with a click of a button. So that is why I chose Maria's tools, and the reason why I'm telling you that today is because I've been getting a lot of emails from people, sharing different tools and saying, that it's a lot less money, blah, blah, blah. But, cheaper is not always better. So as long as you can make use of the less expensive items that are out there available, great. Try it out, and if you can't do anything with it, then, move on. But if you're interested in checking out Maria's tools that she's using, just send her an email, and it's tradetheeminis@gmail.com, and request a one-day trial, and so she'll send you an invite. All right, so I hope that helps and put some clarity on why I chose these tools over any of the other tools. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Okay, you guys? So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.